Hi student, welcome to CLLST. In today's discussion, we are going to talk about GK, how to prepare for general studies. So when I talk about general studies, it plays a very important role in any of the law entrance exams. So if I talk about CLAT, which is the gateway to 21 National Law School, GK has 25% weightage. So in that case, if I have to score out of 50, even if I am scoring 35, 40, I have a great chance to land up in top NLUs. For that, we need to be very well versed with what GK is all about. So when I am talking about GK, so first question will pop up in your mind, why GK is important for a law student, or why GK is important for any law entrance exam. So when I am talking about GK, being a law student or being a lawyer, we need to know what's happening in our surroundings so that we can correlate the same thing in our knowledge, we can correlate the same thing in our argument. Now coming back to how to prepare for GK section. So if you look at the past year paper pattern of any of the law entrance exam, you'll see that 75 to 80% weightage is given to current affairs and rest covers the static portion. For static, we all have studied history, we all have studied geography, we all have studied economics, we know what was India's war of independence. So all these forms a major portion of your exam. If I talk about economics, so national income, we know what a national income is, how the GDP of a country is calculated. So we can correlate, when we know the static portion, then only we can correlate it with the current happening. Like for example, if there is an inflation in the country, so what are the measures which RBI adopts to control the inflation? So for that, what are the target of inflation? So we need to know static plus current. So that's why both the static and current plays a very important role. Now coming back to current affairs, how to prepare for current affairs. The ideal way of preparing current affairs is reading newspaper. So you will have to inculcate the habit of reading newspaper, and the best newspaper which you can refer is the Hindu and the Indian Express. When I talk about these two newspapers, what all are the topics which we need to cover? So if you look at the paper pattern, you'll figure out the question forms or the portion which is covered in the paper is your national important news, international news, for example ICJ, what's happening with respect to India and Pakistan in ICJ, then the news which is related to sports, news which is related to awards, news which is related to Nobel prizes, all these we need to know. So for that, the ideal way is, if you are picking up a newspaper, read the front page, read editorial, read the page which is talking about national important news, then read the page about economics so that you can correlate what's happening in India, what's happening in the world economy, and accordingly we can, pick up the important information. When I'm talking about sports page, every sports, whether it's cricket, whether it's badminton, Olympic, anything, football, all forms a part of our syllabus. So we need to know where the World Cup is happening right now. IPL has been concluded recently, so we need to know which team won the IPL. So all these information forms a part of your GK current affairs portion. Even some questions, that there are times when you can figure out or when you find that questions are from entertainment world. For example, which movie won the Oscar award? So every topic is important from the exam perspective, so we have to focus on each and every areas. Now there are students who feel like I am reading newspaper, then I'm not getting, or I'm like, if you have advised that these are the topics which we have to prepare, then also I'm not in a position to identify the important areas, or I'm not able to retain whatever I have studied. So the ideal way is, when you are reading the newspaper, make a note of it so that you can keep revising the same. So when you are writing the exam, you have a notes of your own which you can revise and you are prepared for the exam. Being a CLLST student, you have an advantage because we do provide your daily GK updates, weekly GK updates and monthly GK updates. Apart from that, if we look at our past year trend or past year data, 35% or 35 out of 50, 35 questions were indirectly or directly from our monthly magazine, that was Manthan, or from our mocks. So if you have done Manthan, if you have written all the mocks, you have a fair chance of scoring between 35 to 40. So this is how we prepare for GK. I hope this will help you in your preparation. If you have any doubt, any question, you can post a comment. We will get back to you. Thank you for watching this video.
Career Launcher. Make your parents explode with joy.